阿弥陀佛，大家好，同修即将要开始了，请将你们的手机调为震动或者关机，谢谢大家的合作。今天师尊的新书280册已到，还没有请购书本的同门，你们可以到佛具部这边来请购，谢谢。真佛宗西雅图雷藏寺同修莲华生大士本尊法，恭迎真佛宗创办人无上法王根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛师母莲香上师，众人虔诚合掌，唱诵莲花童子心咒。齐声问候，师尊好，师母好，大家好。顶礼坛城，做大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽。二拜诸菩萨，嗡啊吽。三拜诸护法金刚，嗡啊吽。 是平等于其手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛生法王座。
We are inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lin Sheng to please ascend to the Dharma throne.
请师母莲香上师上座。
Inviting Simu Vajra Master Lin Xiang to please take the seat.
请仁波切作为上师上座。
Inviting Rinpoche and all the Dharma Masters to please take the
请教
seats.
授师法师上座。 请讲师助教同门善信大德就座。
Inviting all the Venerable participants to please take seats.
同修莲华生大士本尊法开示，开掌弹指。
The good practice today is Guru Padmasambhava.
观想真佛宗
Visualize true Buddha
南无
lineage.
大日
Namo Vairocana
南无
Buddha.
佛焰
Namo Buddha
南无
Lokana.
阿弥陀
Namo Amitabha
南无莲
Buddha.
花童子
Namo
南无莲
Padma
生
Kumara.
活佛
Namo
观
Living
想
Buddha
师
Lin
尊
Sheng.
与诸佛菩
Visualize
萨
Grand
住
Master
莲
and
花
all
光
Buddhas
加
and
持
Bodhisattvas
持莲花
sitting
童
on
子
top of
心
our
作
heads,
起点
radiating light to bless us. Recite with Guru Mantra.
Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Hum. 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 做四无量观，观想右手边有
Perform the
五行
visualization of the four
左手
immeasurable
边
hosts.
有五
Visualize
行
on
亲
your
人
right ancestors
后
and
方有
relatives from the
恩
father
友
side,
师长，
on your left from the
前
mother
方有
side,
冤
friends
亲
and
债
teachers
主，
behind you,
四周有
enemies and
六
karmic
道
creditors
众
in front
生
of you,
环
and
环
all
围
sentient
绕，
beings
同
around
修
you.
密法，共成佛道。做经行手印，
Wake up call.
念清净咒及安土地真言。
Purification
Om
mantras.
修利修利玛哈修利修修利梭哈。Om 修多利修多利修摩利修摩利梭哈。Om 花之那当呵呵吽。南无萨曼多摩德兰 Om 多罗多罗得为梭哈。念招请咒。
Invocation mantra.
Om 梭哈。Om 啊吽梭哈。Om 啊吽梭哈。众弟子一心
We
奋起。
sincerely
南无
invoke
宏观圣
the
冕
Holy
金
Red
刚
Crown
上
Vajra
师莲
Master, His
生活
Holiness
佛
Living Buddha
南
Lin
无
Sheng.
宏观圣冕金
The
刚
Holy
上
Red
师
Crown
莲
Vajra
生
Master,
活
His
佛
Holiness
南
Living
无
Buddha
宏
Lin
观
Sheng.
圣冕
The
金
Holy
刚
Red
上
Crown
师
Vajra
莲
Master,
生
His
活
Holiness
佛
Living
同
Buddha
修
Lin
主
Sheng.
尊南无
The
莲
main
华
deity of the
生
group
大
practice
士
Guru
同修主
Padmasambhava.
尊南
The
无
main
莲
deity of the
华
group
生大
practice Guru
士同修
Padmasambhava.
主尊
The main
南
deity
无
of the
莲
group
华
practice
生
Guru
大士南
Padmasambhava.
无中央毗卢遮那
Namo
佛
Vairocana
南
Buddha
无
at the
东方阿
center.
处
Namo
佛
Akshobha
南
Buddha
无
to the
西
east.
方阿弥
Namo
陀佛
Amitabha Buddha
南
to
无
the
南
west.
方
Namo
法身佛
Ratnasambhava Buddha
南
to
无
the
北
south.
方不空
Namo
成就
Amoghasiddhi
佛
Buddha to
南
the
无
north.
本师释
Namo
迦牟
Sakyamuni
尼佛
Buddha.
南无药师
Namo
佛
Medicine
南无无
Buddha.
极瑶池
Namo
金
Golden
母大
Mother of
天
the
尊
Primordial
南无
Jetpan.
地藏王
Namo
菩萨
Siddhigarbha
南无莲
Bodhisattva.
花童
Namo
子
Guru
南无观世
Padmasambhava.
音菩
Namo
萨
Avalokitesvara
南无文殊师
Bodhisattva.
利
Namo
菩萨
Manjusri
南无弥
Bodhisattva.
勒菩萨
Namo
南
Maitreya
无金刚
Bodhisattva.
萨
Namo
埵南无
Vajrasattva.
准提
Namo
ปัต
金刚护法空行诸
Mahajundi
天神座
Buddha Mother,
十
all
方
Hedukas,
三世
Dhamma
一
Palas
切佛
Dakinis, and
一切
divinities,
菩
all
萨摩
Buddhas of
诃
the three
萨
times in
南
the 10
无摩诃
directions,
般若
all
波罗蜜
Bodhisattvas and
多
Mahasattvas, Namo Mahaprasna
做
Paramita.
观想大礼拜，礼拜
Great
根
home
本
is
传
using
承上师及
visualization
十方三世
for
一切
Student
诸
Guru
佛
and all Buddhas.
啊吽观想顶礼，回天心
Visualize
三
for
业
procession
二
on the
拜
ground,
诸菩
release the
萨
mudra.
唵
Second, to all
吽
Bodhisattvas,
观想顶礼，
visualize for
回天
procession on the
心三
ground,
业
release the
三拜
mudra.
诸护法
Third,
金
to all
刚
Hedukas and
唵
Dhamma protectors,
吽观想顶礼，
visualize for procession on the
回天心
ground,
三
release the
业是
mudra.
平等的
Fourth
接
head
受。
bow.
大曼达
Create
供
mandala
收
offering.
接供
Form
养
the
所
offering mudra.
观想供品
Visualize the
变化无量
transformations of the
间
offerings
虚空宇
to
宙
become innumerable to fill the whole empty space.
上供根本传承上
Make the
师
offering above to the
历代
lineage
传
root
承
guru,
祖师
all the lineage
本
gurus,
尊莲华生大士
the
十
main
方三世
deity
一
Guru
切佛
Padmasambhava,
一切
all
菩萨
Buddhas,
摩诃萨
Bodhisattvas,
尊供
Hedukas,
文天
Dhammapalas,
护法空
Dakinis,
行
and divinities,
下
and
施
below
六
to all
道
sentient
众生
beings.
念供养赞及供养咒，须弥四周并日月，化诸珍宝供养佛，种种珍奇诸功德，消业速速证菩提。Om 萨瓦达哈嘎达伊达姆咕噜那那面扎那康里里耶达耶密。做四皈依观想。
For refuge, visualize our lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra.
南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。南无咕噜贝，南无布达耶，南无达摩耶，南无僧伽耶。 做披甲护身，
Armor
手结金刚合掌，
Form
念
Vajraklap
金
Sudra.
刚手菩萨
Recite
真言
Vajrapani
7
mantra
遍
7
Om
times.
Bodhi Lanjali, Om 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 Bodhi Lanjali。 念高王观世
Recite
音
Hiking
经
Guan Yin
唤醒
Sutra.
他大菩萨。南无观世音菩萨摩诃萨，南无弥勒菩萨摩诃萨，南无虚空藏菩萨摩诃萨，南无普贤菩萨摩诃萨，南无金刚手菩萨摩诃萨，南无妙吉祥菩萨摩诃萨，南无除盖藏菩萨摩诃萨，南无地藏王菩萨摩诃萨，南无诸尊菩萨摩诃萨。 观世音菩萨，南无佛，南无法，南无僧。佛国有缘，佛法相应，常乐我净，有缘佛法。南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大神咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是大明咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无上咒，南无摩诃般若波罗蜜是无等等咒。 南无净光秘密佛，法藏佛，狮子吼孙诸幽王佛，佛告须弥灯王佛，法护佛，金刚藏狮子游戏佛，报身佛，神通佛，药师琉璃光王佛，普光功德山王佛，善住功德宝王佛，过去七佛，未来现皆千佛，1500佛，万无千佛，500花胜佛，百亿金刚藏佛，顶光佛，六方六佛名号，东方宝光月殿月妙尊音王佛，南方树根花王佛，西方藏王神通烟花王佛， 北方月殿清净佛，上方无数精进宝手佛，下方上济月音王佛，无量诸佛、多宝佛、释迦牟尼佛、弥勒佛、阿阇佛、弥陀佛，中央一切众生，在佛世界中者，行住于地上，即在虚空中，慈忧于一切众生，各令安稳修行，昼夜修持，心常求诵此经，能灭生死苦，消除诸毒害。南无大明观世音，光明观世音，高明观世音，开明观世音，药王菩萨，药上菩萨，文殊师利菩萨，普贤菩萨，虚空藏菩萨，地藏王菩萨，清凉宝山亿万菩萨，普光王如来化身菩萨，念念诵此经，七佛世尊，即受昼夜，离婆离婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。尼婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。尼婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。尼婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。尼婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。尼婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。尼婆地，求诃求诃地，陀罗尼地，离诃那地，毗尼尼地，摩诃迦地，真灵称地，受哈。十方观世音，一切诸菩萨，誓愿救众生，称名悉解脱。若有智慧者，殷勤为解说。但是有因缘，读诵口不错，诵经满千遍，念念心不绝。火焰不能伤，刀兵力摧折。贿赂生欢喜，死者变成佛。莫言此是虚，诸佛不忘说。高往观世音，能救诸苦厄。临危急难中，死者变成佛。诸佛语不虚，是故应顶礼。持诵满千遍，众罪皆消灭。后福坚信者，专攻受持经。愿以此功德，普及于一切。诵满1000遍，众罪皆消灭。高往观世音经中。念7遍往生咒。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。南无阿弥陀佛耶，多他伽多耶，多地亚他，阿弥尼多婆毗，阿弥尼多舍当婆毗，阿弥尼多毗迦难地，阿弥尼多毗迦难多，迦弥利迦迦那，只多迦利娑哈。手结莲花童子手印。
Padmasambhava mudra. Visualize the empowerment of the three lights. We said Padmasambhava mantra 21 times.
Om Guru Nian Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 手结莲华生大士金刚印。
Form Guru Padmasambhava Vajra Mudra. First empty your mind. Recite Sunyata mantra.
Om Subhava Sutta Sarva Dharma Subhava Sutto Hang. Om Subhava Sutta Sarva Dharma Subhava Sutto Hang. Om Subhava Sutta Sarva Dharma Subhava Sutto Hang. 观想
Visualize a blue moon disk arising from the glorious copper mountains of the inconceivable palace of lotus light of the Guru Padmasambhava's pure land. At the center of the moon disk there is a red Sitsilapalsi radiating a bright pink light. The Sitsilapalsi revolves to become Guru Padmasambhava, wearing a crown. His whole body is light pink. His right hand is holding a Vajra scepter, and his left arm is clutching on a kachanka. He is sitting in a half-lotus position on a lotus throne in the sky above. His left hand is holding a skull cup filled with ambrosia and treasures. Visualize a white Om light at the brow chakra, at the throat chakra, radiating red light, and a blue Hom light at the heart chakra. These three rays of light reach the inconceivable palace of lotus light to invoke Guru Padmasambhava. Then visualize Guru Padmasambhava's whole body radiates the bright precious light, which merges with the ambrosia arching upon us, purging all sins and karma, illnesses, demonic obstructions, to allow the emergence of our clear light radiance and self-mastery. Then visualize Guru Padmasambhava flies to the top of our head and gradually decreases in size to become a drop of light. At the same time, our heart chakra opens to become a lotus blossom. At the center, there's a moon disk where the Sitsilapalsi radiates light, a pink light, to invoke Guru Padmasambhava to enter our central channel. In a flash, Guru Padmasambhava and us, and we merge and become inseparable. Recite Guru Padmasambhava mantra 108 times. First perform mala visualization.
咒。Om Ahom Beta Guru Pema Siddhi Hom Se. Om 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 Ahom Peta Guru Pema Siddhi Hom Se 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 做9节佛风
Perform
有
9
3
cycle
摩
Buddha
地
breathing, enter Samadhi.
加持八大本尊心咒及念佛。
We said that mantras of eight principal deities in Incan Buddha Amitabha.
Om Panamo Ling Tolin Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. Om Jali Juli Junti Soha. Om Jambana Chanang Chanaye Soha. Om Ahom Beza Guru Bema Sidi Hom Se. Om Ahom Guru Be Ahe Sasamaha Lian Sheng Sidi Hom. 德亚塔 Om 贝卡兹呀贝卡兹呀玛哈贝卡兹呀那扎萨摩卡德黑梭哈。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。持除瘟疫度母心咒21遍。
Recite the mantra of Tara of dispersed epidemics 21 times.
Om Tada Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha. Om Tada Tura Tura Namo Hara Hara Hom Hara Soha.
Recite the supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Sahawal. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas of the 10 directions, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dharmapalas, and Dakinis, protectors of Dharma. The Nyats along the three poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are striking, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. The three jewels emanate wondrous light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and device, desire only His Vajra body, for the bestow of teachings, wealth, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that each stay in the Sahawal to turn to Dhamma will to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Longevity Buddha mantra 108 times and dedicate the merit, the health and longevity of our lineage to Guru.
持咒 Om Amaroli Juvandiye Soha. 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 Om Amadoni Tuanti 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 Soha. 回向 以此修行之大愿，速成莲华生大觉。二者合一，
And the dedication, may the great vow of our spiritual cultivation swiftly manifest in the great realization of Guru Padmasambhava. May both unite and are indistinguishable, delivering sentient beings to the Buddha land. May all uphold the Buddha, ascend the utmost bliss, paying for charities from above, delivering those to the three lower realms. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. To Buddha's school, wholeheartedly dedicate the merits of this good practice. May His Holiness five wisdom lights transform Buddha body, illuminate light, bestow strong body and longevity, and continuous state samsara to turn Dhamma with great bliss and self-mastery. Inviting His Holiness to perform the overall merit dedication. Homage to Guru Rinpoche. Om Pecha Padma Hum. Homage to Ishi Chogal, Mandarawa, Sakya Devi, Kalashiti, Tashi children. Homage to Guru Rinpoche. Om Beja Pema Hum. Ishi Choka Mandarawa, Sakya Deva, Kalasiti, and Tasi children. Homage to Guru Rinpoche. Om Beja Pema Hum. Ishi Choka Mandarawa, Sakya Devi, Kalasiti, Tashi children. We reverently pray for your blessings. To guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn to the pure land of the Copper Mountain. We pray that you bless us, the eradication of sicknesses. Bless us with good health. Please bless us with the inner tantric practices of chi channels and light drops. May we have attainments in our inner tantric practices. We pray that you bless us with ample resources. We pray that you bless us with perfect wisdom. We pray that you bless us in our development stage and completion stage practices. Empty nature can be penetrated. Guru Rinpoche, Om Beja Padma Hum. Please eradicate the pandemic and coronavirus. COVID-19. We pray that you eradicate our karma to be liberated from the rebirth cycle and have attainments of the Tathagata.
Guru Rinpoche, Om Beja Padma Hum. Ishi Choga Mantalawa Suja Deva Kalashti Tas.
May all of our prayers be granted. May the pandemic disappear. May coronavirus disappear. May enemies and enmities disappear. May our karma be eradicated. May our karmic sicknesses be eradicated. May all bad lucks disappear. Hundred syllable mantra 3 times.
Peja sato samaya malupanaya peja sato terupadicha zazo me pawa suto kayu me pawa sopo kayu me pawa anola to me pawa sawa hasidi me bodaya cha shawa karma sutta me jitamu sini ren guru hom ha 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 pakawan sawa tathagata Pejama Mimancha, Peja Bawa Maha Samaya, Sato Ahom Pei, Om Peja Sato Samaya, Madupanaya, Peja Sato Terubadicha, Jato Me Bawa, Suto Kayu Me Bawa, Sopo Kayu Me Bawa, Anola To Me Bawa, Shawa Hasidi Me Borayata, Shawa Karma, Sutame Jitamu, Sini Ren Guru Hom, ha 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 ha. Pagawan sarwa tathagata pejama mimancha pejabawa mahasamaya sato ahom pei om peja sato samaya marupanaya peja sato terubadicha jato me pawa suto kayo me pawa sopo kayo me pawa anora to me pawa sarwa hasidi memboraya sa sarwa kama sutame jitamu siliran Guru Hom ha 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 Pagawan sarwa tathagata pejama mimancha pejabawa mahasamaya sato ahom pei 做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善因。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心善因。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼。 回天心善引，是平等一起手。念圆满咒。Om Blim Om Blim Om Blim Om Mani Padme Hum。让我们以最热烈的掌声，感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛加持同修圆满吉祥。敬献哈达，请大家恭敬合掌。请释莲寺上师代表全体弟子向法王圣尊莲生活佛请法，以表最崇高敬意。请大家虔诚恭敬合掌，恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛做宝贵的法语开示。
我们敬礼传承祖师。
Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus.
敬礼了明和尚。
Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming.
敬礼三家正空上师。
Homage to Master Sakya Zengkong.
16世大王法王卡玛巴。
Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa.
达尔吉上师。
And homage to Master Dubten Darji.
我们敬礼坛城三宝。
Homage to the three jewels of the altar.
今天同修的本尊。
Homage to the main deity of the group practice today.
莲华生大师。
Om Petsa Padma Hum Guru Padmasambhava. 师母 丹真卡措 Dutan Siddhi.
各位上师。
All Dharma
教
masters,
授师。
Dharma educators,
法师。
Dharma
讲
teachers,
师。
Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants,
及
directors
各
of
位
temples and
同门
chapters, and all disciples present here and over the internet.
大家晚安，大家好。
Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
你好，大家好。愛してる。シャランゲ。ホラアミコ。ケケロムチョ。スコイン。一番気持ちいい住民やべプリンプリンこんばんは。那今天我们
Today
莲华生大师的
we
星期六的这个
had the group practice of Guru Padmasambhava.
那么大家都知道了这个
And we all know
大师
that Guru Padmasambhava,
西藏可以讲
we can say
密宗
that
的开创者。
he's the founder of Tibetan Tantric Buddhism.
当初呢，这个弘法的时候，
At that time, during his Dharma propagation,
一位就是莲华生大师，
there were three
一位是
gurus. One is Guru Padmasambhava and Santarakshita and the King Trizong Trichin.
有三位把在西藏的第一座寺庙双雅寺
built the first Tibetan temple, the Samye Temple.
那么极富赤松德真
Santarakshita,
华成大师
the King Trizong Trichin, and Padmasambhava.
西藏
We can say
的开创
that they are the founders of the Tibetan Tantric Buddhism, and primarily it was Guru Padmasambhava.
就是莲华生大师
So the former Dharma propagation was symbolized by Guru Padmasambhava, and the latter Dharma propagation period was represented by Guru Atisha.
一个宗教密教在西藏
Of course, as a religious school,
立足在西藏
in order to be established in Tibet,
千辛万
it encountered tremendous hardships.
那么莲华生大师
So Guru Padmasambhava,
也可以讲，他也
we
是
can say
释迦牟尼佛
that he is
阿弥陀佛
the union of Sakyamuni Buddha,
观世音
Amitabha Buddha,
三
and Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, the union of these three deities.
最重要的，
And most
他的出
importantly,
生
his birth
是在莲花发
was
生的，莲花里面发生。
emanated from a lotus blossom,
那么那个湖呢，就在
and the lake
割小海，
was called the Danakosha,
割小海
Danakosha Ocean or Lake.
那个就是达赖割小海的当中的这个莲花所发生出来的。常常
So he was emanated from a lotus blossom on the Danakosha Lake.
啊，莲花生就是莲花生出来，
So Guru Padmasambhava means lotus born,
所以他是
born from a
真
lotus.
正的莲花童子。
So he's a true lotus youth or Padma
还
Kumara.
要说法之前呢，
And prior to the Dharma teaching, we will
用一个笑话
all the
说
same start with a joke.
朋友阿美，前
My friend
辈
Ami
儿子的老师早去了学校一趟，
was asked by her son's teacher to go to school. And the teacher said, parents,
经常在
your
学校
son
有事，
often
所以
make
请你
troubles
来
at
学
home.
校一趟。
That's why I'm asking you to come to school.
阿美回答
And Ami said,
老师，
but
我
teacher,
经常在家里惹事，
but he also make
是
troubles
我
at
请你来
home.
我家吗？
But I never asked you to come to my home.
这个环境不同，
So different
所以讲的
environment.
话也不一样。
That's why you would say different things for different situations.
美国大选
For the
有人问
US election, someone asked me
为什么
why
登会胜出
Biden would win.
我的回答总是这个样子。
And my answer is always the same.
他拜佛又点灯，
Because the Chinese name is like because he's worshipping the Buddha and lighting the light by Deng.
拜灯嘛，
That's the transliteration of his name. It's almost New Year, so please remember to lit the light, to register yourself for the lights and also for the planet ruler protection. And Biden wins because of his name in Chinese, meaning he is devout and light. Now we will do the question and answer. Asked by Malaysia, Lianhua Li Zhengxian. Grandmaster, I just took refuge. I would like to ask that the 3 roots of the Tantric Buddhism, should we start from the very beginning? Thank you. We often talk about the 3 roots of Tantric Buddhism. One is root guru, yidam, and protector, right? Those are the 3 roots. Root guru, root yidam, and root protector. So these 3 for the Tantric practitioners are very important. Without root guru, so the yidam is introduced by your lineage root guru, which means the root guru conferred the empowerments of the yidam and introduced the yidam to you. By receiving the empowerment, that you would only by receiving the empowerment you would be permitted to start practicing Tantra Dharma. So by conferring the empowerment, it means to transmit the Tantric Dharma. Then you can start practicing the Tantric Dharma. And the 3 roots are root guru is first and foremost. Second, the root yidam. That's second most important. And in the process of your spiritual cultivation, you have to purify all the, in order to eliminate the obstructions of your body and mind, you need the protector, and that would be the root protector. So root yidam and root protector have to be transmitted by the root guru. Once you receive them, then you are allowed to start entering into the Tantric practice formally. Your question is that you need it from the very beginning? At the very beginning, you have the root guru. And from the root guru, you continue continue with the root yidam or your root protector. Sometimes after you get to know True Buddha School, you can choose your own root yidam that has the closest affinity with you. And you can also choose the root protector that has the closest affinity with you. You can choose which deity is closest to you for both the root yidam and root protector. So you can choose your own root yidam and root protector based on your affinity. So in the very beginning, as you entered into Tantric Buddhism, you would have the root guru, root yidam, and root protector. If you just entered into Tantric Buddhism and you don't know about your root yidam and your root protector first, but after listening to Grandmaster's teaching, then you would know that you need the protection of protector, and you need a yidam to have the right direction. And whichever deity you have the closest affinity with, which yidam you wish to be in union with, then that would be your root yidam. So from the very beginning, it's fine if you have them. Or it's okay if you have them gradually after you entered onto the Tantric Buddhist path for a while. The second question from Indonesia. Si Lian Ling Venerable. The Venerable Si Lian Ling. Wholeheartedly, I pay homage to lineage root guru. There was a fellow disciple who received Kalachakra empowerment, and then he went and took refuge in other sect. Is the Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes upon Kalachakra empowerment still in effect then? I don't know. Which other sect are you talking about? If it is Christianity or Muslim or Catholicism, then of course that would be different. So Kalachakra empowerment, and then you take refuge in other religion other than Tantric Buddhism, or you go back to Mahayana Buddhism, took refuge in a Mahayana Guru, Master. Or if you take refuge in Muslim, then you have abandoned Kalachakra Dharma. Then of course you have abandoned Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes. How could you possibly have Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes? If you take refuge in Christianity, of course then you have abandoned Kalachakra Dharma and Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes. The same thing if you go to Catholicism. But you didn't say that he's taking refuge in other tantric sects. If you take refuge in other tantric Buddhist sect and you have practiced Kalachakra Dharma and you have received the Kalachakra empowerment, then the Buddhahood in 7 lifetimes will still be in effect. So if you take refuge in other tantric Buddhist sect and you also have received Kalachakra Dharma transmission from Grandmaster Lu, of course that's different because other schools have their own Kalachakra Dharma. Grandmaster has transmitted a lot of Kalachakra Dharma all over the world. It was instructed by Master Tupton Tarji to propagate the Kalachakra Dharma all over the world. Of course, I went to Indonesia and transmitted Kalachakra there. In Australia and in Taiwan, I have transmitted Kalachakra Dharma. In Hong Kong, that was the first time I transmitted Kalachakra Dharma. Many places in America, Europe, many times, step by step. So let me tell you now, if you have taken refuge in other tantric Buddhist sects and you have received Kalachakra empowerment and have practiced it, it should be still okay. However, if you change and take refuge in Muslim, Christianity and Catholicism, then you have abandoned Kalachakra and Buddhahood. So the question is ambiguous. The second question, his second question, can attached spirits make themselves look like Dharma protectors? I sometimes consult a protector and ask things. Sometimes I get a proper answer and sometimes not. Sometimes they guided me to harm other beings. For example, the family member of a deceased person came to ask me to perform bardo deliverance. The guidance I got was not to do it. The deceased has been bardo delivered to the heaven, but someone with the divine eye told me that the deceased spirit was still at the Siddhigarbha hall. My question is, how do I resolve this issue so that I won't be tricked again in the future? Thank you for your answer, Amitabha. I think I can understand his meaning. It's like he can have some psychic power, a connection with the spirits, and sometimes the spirits told him, oh, this is already delivered, there's no need to do anything anymore. And yet sometimes someone with the divine eye told him that the deceased spirit was still at the Siddhigarbha hall. This question is also
王者还在地藏殿，
marble.
我们这里有个地藏殿，
Still befuddled.
表示还没有升上天。
So the deceased spirit's still at the Siddhigarbha hall, like we have here too,
请问
which mean they have not been bardo
这个
delivered.
问题不在
How do I resolve this question, this issue,
有天眼
so
的
that I
人
wouldn't be tricked again?
那个人是谁？
So who is the person with the
他是不
divine
是
eye?
真的有天眼，
Is that a
还是
real
又
one
再一次受
or a
骗？
fake one? That you're being tricked one more time.
啊，你自己都拿捏不准，
And you yourself
有时给正确
uh,
和对的，
confuse
有时是骗我害众生。那你都不知道是正确，
that
你说是
sometimes,
正确，是正确吗？
so you don't even know if it is
如果那
correct
个
or
人
not.
骗你，你也会认为正确，
So if the spirit, even when the
是
spirit
正确。
cheats you or tricks you, you still think it's right or it's correct.
确实认为
What
是
is
正确跟
right
对的吗？
and what is correct?
你问护法是，好，你问你的护法，
Of course, you consult your own protector. Sometimes you get the proper answer. How do you know if it's correct or not?
你如果相信你的护法，你就认
If you
为
believe
是
him,
对的，
then you, of course, you think everything is right.
怎么会有时呢？
How come it's sometimes?
我告诉你，你这个问题全部都是错的。
All these questions are wrong.
你都不知道你的护法给你的答案是对还是错。
You don't even know if
问个
the
鸟，
guidance of your protector is right or wrong. Then why are you still
真
consulting?
的是对的，100%是对的。
You want answers that are 100% correct,
你怎么知道是
100% accurate
护法给你的答案
in
是
order to
正的还
consult.
是
If you're not sure if the answers that you get are accurate or not, why are you still consulting then?
我会猜啊？
You're just guessing?
怎么猜？
I can do it too. How? Like this.
这边是什么颜色？
What color is this?
白色。
White.
这边是什么颜色？
What color is this?
黑色。
Black.
我告诉你啊，对了一半，错了一半。
That's half right, half wrong. So then what are you consulting?
白的就
What are you
全部白的
expecting? If
黑
it's
的就
white,
全部黑
then
的
it is white.
你
When
有
it's
到这个
black,
程
it
度
is
才给人
black.
家问呢。
Only when you reach that level that you can consult and give answers and help other people get answers.
你要练到
You
你
have
自
to
己完全
train
都是
until
白的
you're completely
才可以
white
跟人家问事
in
说
order for you to give consultation. Otherwise, you would misguide people.
已经
These
超出
questions are wrong.
这个护法跟他讲说，
The protector told
他说不用再
him
做功德，
that
谁叫你说不用再做功德？
there's no need to continue performing
就
merits.
是你
Who
这个人
told
已
you
经上
that?
天了，他还是需要功德。
Even when a
你不知道
deceased
是他是在
spirit
哪一天，
has gone to heaven,
他
he
又不知
still
道
need
是圣界，
merits.
又不知道佛地，
And you don't even know
在
which
佛地
heavens
还要
is
做
it
功
which of the 4 holy realms. Even when you reach the Buddha ground, you still need to perform merits. So that's the wrong answer that you got. Whoever
我们人间
whoever
啊
told
就是
you
要
never to perform merits. In the human world, we have to create merits.
这个功德啊，
You have to
给
create
每一
merits.
个王者
And
都给
merits
他功德，而且
we have to give to the deceased
他就
person
是
endlessly.
已
even if they have reached the Western paradise, Sukhavati, like our ancestors, we still have to create merits for them. The merits are unlimited, non-stop. So whoever ever told anyone never to perform merits, to create merits, that protector must have been fake. That someone has got to heaven and there's no need to perform any more merits. That's wrong. How many parents have you had? The Buddha once said that all sentient beings were once our parents before. And the merits are infinite. Don't think that you only have parents from one lifetime. You have parents for many lifetimes. How could you say that someone's gone to heaven, no need to perform merits, to create merits anymore? That's wrong. The wrong statement. And then someone with the divine eye said that this is spirit still at the Siddhigarbha hall. But is that person authentic or fake? That maybe that's the ghost eye instead. So the person with the superior divine eye under the heaven who's supposed to be the ghost witch of Tribuddha school. Over 10 years ago, she had claimed that Grandmaster lived only to be 73, and she was talking about it for over 10 years before. And yet I have lived past 73. You know, let me tell you, Confucius lived to be 73. So she was talking about Confucius, but I'm not Confucius. She was talking about it for over 10 years. So she really believed in her own psychic eye or ears, and she saw this and that and this and that and left and right and claimed to be this Buddha or that Buddha, or Ganapati dancing for him, her. That the Jambala loves shark fins. She claimed all those. She claimed to know all those. That Grandmaster lived to be 73. I really don't want to talk about her anymore. I don't even want to ridicule her anymore. Just don't feel like mentioning her at all. Talking about people with divine eye, the ghost witch would be one. She was saying incredible things. Sometimes she claimed God told her, she claimed that God told her that she was the Savior, the Messiah. God told her that she was the Messiah. Then she would have been Jesus' sister. So, anyone else claiming with the divine eye? Get him to come see me. So I'm telling this monk, Venerable Silian, don't be tricked anymore. Just do your birth deliverance according to the procedure. Create more merits, perform merits. How could Dhamma protectors trick you? So how do I resolve this issue? Your guru is telling you, don't be tricked anymore. Don't be cheated. That's the answer. Third, Grandmaster, where is the accurate location of Mount Meru? Some people say that it is at the Himalaya, and some said it's beyond the sky. Some said at the Himalaya. Who was that said that? And who said that it's beyond the sky? And who said that? What are you talking about here? Mount Sumeru. Have you ever seen a mountain like this? This is a mountain. It's flat at the top. At the peak, it's flat. And 33 heavens at the top, at the peak. And that's the base of the mountain. And then it's widened again at the bottom. Did you ever see a mountain like that anywhere? Is the Himalaya like that? The Mount Meru in the sutras is flat at the top and slim at the center, and then widen again at the bottom, just like a figure of a woman. The waist is slim and widen at the top and widen at the bottom. Just like what I said. That's the look of Mount Meru. It's also on the handphone. Have you ever seen mountain like that? No. Never. Not in the Saha world. That the earth is on the one of the 4 continents, Jambudvipa. According to the sutra, there are 4 continents. Jambudvipa, Uttarakuru, Puranas, and Puskara. And the earth is only in one of the 4 continents. So they're at the 4 directions of 4 sides of Mount Meru. So the Monkey King east, west, south, and north. And we don't even know about the other 3 continents. And so, moreover, how can we know about the Mount Meru, which is at the center? So the Purvavideha in the east, Jambudvipa in the south, Aparagodaniya in the west, and Uttarakuru in the north. And in the journey to the west, you can find the author of that novel, because he talked about the Uttarakuru continent in the north where the Monkey King lived.
有人讲说在外太空，
Some people said it's
告诉你了，总之那是
beyond the sky.
天外天的代志，天外天的事，天外天。
It's
四大洲
beyond the heavens.
啊，八
The
大
four
洲
continents, the four major continents, the 8 subcontinents, Mount Meru.
天外天的代志，天外天的事情。
It's stuff from
等你啊，
beyond.
你成就了，你才知道。
You would only know after you have true attainments in order to understand.
你也不要问我。
No need for you to ask. No need to ask.
在手机里面是这个样子。
That's what it looks like on the internet.
好了，这个印度尼西亚斯连令法师，其实
A question from the Venerable Silian Ling from Indonesia. He is serious in his spiritual cultivation, but
好好的修行，
just cultivate
走在佛
honestly,
法的道路，
earnestly, and
不
walk
要再被别
on the right path, and don't be tricked
正法的
by anything. Just practice honestly, humbly, properly on the right path. Bodhidharma told me,
称法行就如法的修行，
it's to cultivate spiritually according to the Dharma laws, walking on the correct path.
达摩祖师
That's
叫称法行，
cultivation based on the Dharma.
正确的道路上，
So you need to walk on the right Dharma path, then you're destined to have attainment eventually,
还有这
as long as you walk on the right path, the proper path.
你
Just
也不要成为当中的一个骗子，
don't get into tangents by this stuff
走在
and to be tricked, and then you become a trickster too.
正法的道路上，
Just walk on the proper
叫做
path.
正法行，就是如法的修行，就可以
That
了
means spiritual cultivation in compliance with the Dharma law.
马来西亚
Then you will eventually have attainments in the future.
我想请
Question by Malaysia Linhua Jinping.
弟子能做一些什么才有
What can I do
我母亲
to help my mother
能延寿
increase her merits and lifespan? She's now 85 years old. Thank you, Grandmaster.
弟子能做一些什么才有助我母亲
What can I do to help my mother increase her merits and lifespan?
很简单，
Very simple.
莲花精品。
Linhua Jinping.
你如果有，这个不知道你到底是很富有的人，
If you don't
或
know
者是中产阶级，
whether you're very
或者是
rich
劳工阶级，
or middle class
我是不知道。
or laborer,
但是你为了你的妈妈，
I don't know.
填福填
but
道，
you want to increase your mother's merits and lifespan,
注印善书，
you can use her name to print
印阿弥陀佛也可以，
virtuous books,
无量寿
or
界
to print Amitabha Sutra or the sutras of infinite life and dedicate the merits to your mother.
可以。
Or you can also print the treatise of Reborn in the Pure Land, or to chant Hiking Kuan Yin Sutras
这个都是
and dedicate the merits.
布施，
Those are all good deeds. charitable work
做十善的，就可以为你母亲填
for your mother, then you can help increase her merits and
如
lifespan.
果是没有钱，
If you have no money,
这些
in order to print those books and sutras, you need money.
那你就念
But if you don't have money, you can chant
长寿活咒，
the mantra of longevity Buddha
活咒
every day
回向给你们，
and dedicate the merits to your mother.
那就是田福田寿。
Then you're increasing her merits and longevity.
因为这个同门念这个长寿活咒回向给师尊，那你
The disciples chant the longevity Buddha mantra and dedicate the merit to Grandmaster. So you can too chant the longevity Buddha mantra or sutra and help your mother to increase her merits and lifespan.
你只要做善行善布施，都可以回向给
Or you perform charities and doing good deeds and dedicate the merit to your mother, that can also increase your mother's lifespan. Of course, it's best to print
自宝钞、
the virtuous books or sutras
玉历宝钞、玉历自宝钞，
like Yuli Bao
它的
Cao.
反应很快，
That's very responsive.
印高王经，它的
Or you can print the Hiking Guan Yin Sutra, True Buddha Sutra. They're all very responsive.
感应都很快，
Any Buddhist sutras
就念
would generate great
念
response.
佛说无量寿经，
Or you chant the longevity Buddha mantra or the infinite lifespan sutra spoken by the Buddha.
太太跟先生讲，
The wife asked the husband, nowadays people's hearts are
找我一张假钞，
bad. I was shopping and someone gave me a fake bill. And the husband asked, where is it? Let me see.
早上买菜的时候我已经把它用
And the wife said, oh, I have spent it when I buy vegetables in the morning.
所以啊，
So
有时候指着别人，
you point fingers at others, but actually you're pointing to yourself.
人家假钞找给你，你把
Someone
假钞用掉，
give you a fake,
那你心
I mean a counterfeit money, and then you used it. So you're the same, right?
心地一样坏吗？
You're the same as that person, right?
既然知道是假钞，
So if you know it's a counterfeit money, then you shouldn't have spent it. You should just burn it.
给它烧掉算了，
Just burn it
省得人家再用。
so that
那你用你
no other people
知
would
道假钞，你还
be harmed by it. So when you know that it is a counterfeit money and yet you still spend it,
所以讲人家人心险，
and yet you say that other people are
自己
evil,
的心地也要常常
but actually
也要想想自己，
you should check upon yourself
心很重要，心非常
what your heart is
你们
like.
谁看过
The heart is very
《射
important.
雕英雄传》？你们谁看过？
Have you ever seen 射雕英雄传? It's a kung fu novel.
年期、年关，哦，年宴。哎，《射雕英雄传》两个人物非常重要。
In the 射雕英雄传, like the legends of the heroes, there are two key
当时是宋朝，
key
宋朝有两个
actors.
皇帝，
That was the Song dynasty. There are 2 emperors that were caught by other tribes. Jin Kang, Ci, Yu Wei Xi. Like in the song. What was the title of the song? Jiang Hong. Jin Kang, Ci, Yu Wei Xi.
杨康这2个都是，也算是2个都是主角。是忠厚老实的人。
Tu Jin is a very honest and a decent person, very kind and good heart. And Yang Kang is evil, indecent person. As Buddhists, you have to remember it's very important. You have to have a good heart. You have to be decent. And have to have a good heart, a kind heart. Only then you would be able to emit light, because you're a great, good people. But if you are always shrewd and crafty and unreliable, and sometimes you seem to be with integrity and decency, and sometimes you went off the proper path. So that's the basic foundation for Buddhists, that you have to be honest, have to be proper, correct, upright, and to be kind and good heart. So even if you're smart, but you use it at the wrong place, then you would be dead. Not only that you will not become a Buddha, instead you would become a demon. Those who can become a Buddha has to be honest, upright, kind, and good heart. Just being smart has no use, because you can apply your cleverness on the wrong things. That you're always indecent. Like Yang Kang. Today, let me talk a little bit about Lamdre. Also, when the mind chi absorbed into the yellow su syllable of non-heavens, the spiritual experiences of non-heaven are rather like anger and resentments. The dancer holds weapons like staffs and bats. The behaviors vary. The mantra chanter says aggressive attacks, and the mind spiritual as above. The year 2011, November 7th. So also, when the mind chi is absorbed into the yellow su syllable of non-heavens, the spiritual experiences of non-heaven are rather like anger and resentments. The dancers holds weapons like staffs and bats. The behaviors vary. The mantra chanter says aggressive attacks, and the mind spiritual experiences as above. So if the mind chi is placed at the yellow su syllable of non-heavens, and what is non-heavens? That's Asura, the Asura heavens. And the heaven is the heavenly beings, and there's a heaven that's called Asura. Is they are jealous and envious, and they are very aggressive. They like to fight, to argue. They want to win over anything. We can use a person to symbolize it. I don't want to say the name. That person loves to fight, to incite lots of discords and contentions, and tensions. Always want to fight about this and that and create discords, wars, trade wars, technology wars, military wars, all kinds of wars. Always fighting, disputes, conflicts. So non-heavens are those who love to argue, to get angry, to envy, to jealous, to compete, to always be superior, cannot see other people better than himself. So anger and hatred and rage and firing people.
You are fire. Go your head. Go your way.
And the dance or the posture are with weapons, and the behaviors are just ever changing. The actions are ever changing. And the mantra chanting is very aggressive, very offensive. And the mind spiritual experiences as above. That's the path of the Asura. The three sights are seeing the abode of non-heaven or Asura at the interior crevices of Mount Sumeru, seeing all sorts of killings and hackings in the battles of non-heaven, and one can others to also see. So spiritual cultivator in the non-heaven can also guide others to see. So in the dream sensation would be the dream of these beings killing each other and battling each other. And there are 7 kinds of this kind of phenomena. Also, when the mind chi is equally absorbed into the red character. But why do we need any of this? Because we practice the proper Dharma. So we just treat this as a knowledge, okay? Because the 6th syllable of the hungry ghost is a red 6th syllable. The sensation of hungry goose will appear, eating but still starving, drinking but still feeling parched, and difficulty in swallowing food and drink. How do you pronounce that word? The path of the hungry goose is you have huge stomach and tiny throat and tiny mouth. How can you feel full? Your throat is as tiny as a needle and the stomach is as big as this. That's the shape of the hungry ghost. They are never full. And there are many different kinds of hungry ghosts. When they see clean water, they climb over there, and the clean water has evaporated. So the clean water appeared, and then they climb over there, and the clean water became the filthy water, ditch water. Can you drink that ditch filthy water? No. So they saw clean water, but when they got to it, it became really filthy water. Or they see corn. Delicious corn. And when they get to it, they became poo. It's inedible. Clean water, when they get there, it became stinky pee. So that's the realm of the hungry ghost. So even if they eat, it would be just like a grain of something through a throat as tiny as a needle. And when it gets to the huge stomach, how can they feel full? So they're always starving. The dance is the acts of famished and parched. The mantra says words of hunger and begging for food, etc. And the spiritual experiences of the mind is as above. The 3 sightings are seeing the dusty city of the hungry ghost, the unpleasant abodes in red, seeing the hungry ghost being famished. One can also guide others to see, and if one dreams of the above, then it is the dream sensation. These are also a total of 7. So that's about the hungry ghost. There are many, many different kinds of hungry ghosts that Grandmaster has seen. They live in groups. They gather together. It's rare to see a wandering, solitary, hungry ghost. Usually they gather together in groups and all of them are starving. The mouth is tiny, the throat is like a needle, and the stomach is huge. They see something good, clean water, and when they get to it, it becomes filthy. Or they see clean food, when they get to it, it's also really rotten and filthy food that is inedible. And sometimes you give good food to them and it became iron hot, fire hot iron. All kinds of phenomena that happened in that realm. Therefore, the realms of the hungry ghosts, we should never fall into that realm of hungry ghosts. By all means, never to fall into the realm of hells. That's even worse. Either extreme cold or extreme heat. Perhaps it will talk about that later. 8 chills and 8 scorches. And the borders. So that would be 8 chilling hells and 8 scourging hells and lonely hells and the border hells. Those are the realm of hells. The precept pig went to the temple of the elderly under the moon, which is like a matchmaker, the matchmaker spirit. If you help me so that I'm not single anymore, I would give you a huge red pocket. And he appeared and said, let me give you a red pocket, and please don't make it so hard for me. So as a person, you have to be realistic about yourself. The wife said, there's only one pear at home, so that's for you. And the husband was very touched. Yeah, this is a play of word in Chinese, because the wife is uneducated, did not understand. Like me. When we study Chinese, there's this idiom that the dragons dividing the pear. The big brother eats the big pear, and then the younger brother eats the little pear. So it's based on seniority what you would eat first. But the wife is uneducated and she thought it's talking about her being a dinosaur, like our dinosaur Dharma brother. We have a nickname for a Dharma brother, dinosaur. Different kinds of homophones. Nowadays, we like to encourage young people that when you're young, you should chase your dream. Otherwise, you would regret when you get old. So the policeman told the young man, "Is that why you pass the red light?" That's also a play of Chinese words. What is the best age to get married? For the man, 65. For the woman, 60. Because as soon as you get married, you get retirement fund. You don't have to work and you don't have to have children. And then your relationship with the in-laws are doing good. You don't have to buy a house or cars and you can just travel around. And the most important thing is as soon as you get married, you're already married until silver hair. Oh, money baby home. Thank you very much to His Holiness Precious Dharma teachings. We have several announcements for tomorrow, Sunday at 3 p.m. His Holiness will be presiding over Raga Raja Homa fire offering ceremony at the Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington. We have great news. Grandmaster's book number 280, Heavens and the Great Beyond, is now available for purchase at the bookshop, and His Holiness will do the book signing right after this. And now we are inviting His Holiness to bless the Great Compassion Holy Water and to consecrate Buddha images. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much.
一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽。四平等一起手。同修会圆满即将结束了，感恩师尊的大加持，感谢师母、诸位上师、教授师、法师，以及网络直播现场观看的各界弘法人员，谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛。网络直播到此结束，感谢大家的收看。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing. 我们现在恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持与会众弟子。请大家保持6尺的距离，谢谢大家的合作。请大家保持6尺的距离，谢谢大家的合作。
请保持6尺距离，加持完后不要停留在大殿。请保持6尺距离，加持完不要停留在大殿。请大家保持6尺的距离，谢谢大家。请大家保持6尺的距离，谢谢。
请保持6尺的距离，谢谢。还没有接受师尊加持的，请赶快过来接受加持。让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢师尊。我们现在恭请师尊为大家签书。还没有请购书本的同门，请你们到佛具部这边来请购，谢谢。请大家排队的时候呢，签书也是一样的，要保持6尺的距离，谢谢。请大家保持6尺的距离，谢谢。
给我就好了。